Is it already on?
It is live, downtown Leesburg, Crowbar Gym. Hi, how's it going, everybody? All right, we have Arbonne launch. Okay, Hansel Conroy and
Meredith Huey.
Mandy Haletzi.
Cool. I think this is our first StreamYard, so we're streaming live. All right, so this is the Arbonne products, and we brought it into Crowbar Gym specifically just because they're, high quality, especially the nutritional line. So go ahead, and if you got any questions for me, or you have any questions for me?
Yes. Well, it was more, I just wanted to talk about why you decided to jump in on the Arbonne.
Okay, so I've been here now a year, downtown Leesburg, of course, and we do high intensity training. As just even volume training or high intensity training or whatever else that's out there, the biggest component that people are missing is nutrition. Nutrition is very, very poor. Everybody has an idea what they think is nutrition, but in reality, there's a lot of fads. At the end of the day, all those tactics, and that's what they are, high protein, low protein, plant-based, doesn't matter what it is. At the end of the day, if you use it as a certain way, you technically have to, supplement. So that's the idea. And, I know, for example, I can't get all my greens, not all the time. I know, for example, sometimes I'm missing some protein here and there, especially if you're doing a lot of volume. And so what I was doing is I was piecing together a system, and that system that just didn't really work very well. So when you presented yourself here, I was just like, well, this is really great because one, I think that plant-based proteins are better. And I say that because plant-based proteins have I would say a history technically coming from a different mindset. So it's better quality because that's you're taking most of your protein from a plant source. If you're eating a lot of meat anyways, you should be taking more plants in general. If your system is more like, I want to eat a lot of protein, you should technically subsidize protein from other sources as well. So most people just do way too much meat, but they just don't do enough plants. And so this is pea protein. One, it tastes great. So that's number one. It sold me on that one automatically. And mind you, I used to come from the days where we used to do whey and we just pop it in our mouth and they tasted awful. And now most whey products, unless you're paying above $60, they're crap. They're junk. Sorry, I have a cuss, but no big deal. They are junk. And most whey products are just really the discard of most protein anyways. So and most populations get their protein from plants, and that's why it's a lot better. I also like their greens, so that's another one. Their greens, their fizz is really good. Their teas are really good. This right here, this what is it? The body cleanse.
Yeah.
$150. I have 3 products that I used to use, and I'm going to name what those products are. For literally, I think I'm saving almost like 80% of my income just using that one, and then get the same results. Yep. So that's it. I mean, it's just, that's right. And your online system is a lot really, it's really cool because I can go onto your Facebook page, and then there's of course plant-based meals, there's vegetarian meals, there's regular meals, there's meals with meat, all that good stuff. So I can just send my clients right to that, and they can do, they have a resource. Before I was like, here's a plan. Let me write this out, and I was thinking, there's nothing wrong with that, but unfortunately, like that person's sick of eating a certain way. They're like, well, let me text this guy, and so then I have to kind of develop a meal for them. So that's the only problem with it. So of course, eating is a big component of training, and especially if you want to put on muscle or you want to get lean and you're working out hard, you need to eat properly. So go ahead, and that's pretty much it.
Awesome.
Cool.
Happy to have you.
Excellent.
Mandy here is going to go through the skincare line because we also have skincare and makeup as well. So we're just going to speed through that real fast, and then we'll get into the nutrition.
Yep.
Perfect. So I'm Mandy Haletzi. You guys, just a little bit on my background. I have a profession of a nurse practitioner. So I was actually introduced to Arbonne through the skincare, you guys, like 6 years ago. When I think about it, it's like crazy. And I started to get educated 6 years ago on, again, what we put on our skin. No one ever educated
It's
me.
an organ.
It's an organ. It's our largest
It's your biggest
organ, you
organ,
guys. And so much toxins come through our skin. And I think in this generation right now, in this century, a lot more people are getting educated. But I wasn't, you guys. And I was educated then that there are toxins that go through your skin. And if you're not aware of that, you're actually like damaging like your body.
And what I was impressed with it is like a lot of the cleanses that you have here and a lot of the things that support the internal organs also help with the skin. A lot of people don't understand your liver, your microbiome, how you detox and all these things, and what you eat actually really hurt your skin. But what I love about your product is that the fact that it's really clean. Where's the company from?
So we originated actually in, I was going to say Pettermore is from Norway, but then Switzerland.
Yeah, so they so if you look at the history, they're all about, you know, technically nature. They're all about
Yes.
cleaning the earth, and they're all about, you know, living a kind of like merging what is called your environment with you, but you know, pretty much honestly living clean. So that's why these products are really good.
Exactly,
Absolutely.
and like what Hansel was saying, that skin issues actually all originate from the gut, you guys. So a lot of people, if you fix your gut, then you'll fix your skin too.
Mhm.
But then on top of that, we still have to take care of our anti-aging and, you know, damage from the sun free radicals, and so that's where the skin.
And I can't wait to get my my stuff.
It's awesome.
It's really good. The male stuff is really good if you haven't seen it yet. So I'll be buying that, showing you guys pretty soon.
So yeah, but I love Arbonne so much, you guys, because as you see here, we're talking about skincare, we're talking about, you know, nutrition inside. We have a holistic view of like healthcare really from the inside out, which I love, you know, with cleaner formulas, better skincare results, plant-powered nutrition, and really with combining both, you basically just get a better you guys. Our Arbonne skincare nutrition products are made with botanically based ingredients, you guys. We are certified vegan. So you don't have to be a vegan, but it really helps if you have a lot of allergens and sensitivities.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are vegan, then you obviously can use all our products, and that's amazing.
Yeah, and pretty much I'm pretty much vegan. So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you got to meet people in the middle. You know,
Yes.
you know, eventually being vegan or eating more plants is the future, but a lot of it is cultural. So if you have companies that technically meet you in the middle, you're going to get there, and it's happening. Everybody's switching to the future. The future is eating more plant-based. That's the future.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And then we're also certified gluten-free, you guys. So again, there's just a lot of people who are, you know, not able to tolerate gluten today. And so again, that can check off your list. We're certified cruelty-free. We're clinically tested, which is huge, you
Yes,
guys. I mean, as a nurse practitioner, I tell people, so a lot of people will say, oh, but I already do like a vegan protein somewhere else. And okay, my next question I'd ask you is, well, is it clinically tested? So, and if it's not clinically tested, the next thing you want to worry about is heavy metals
Yes.
from plant-powered stuff. And so, and heavy metals, you guys, when again there's a toxic load, which you can absolutely get, is going to harm your health. But Arbonne again does the third-party clinical testing, so you know that every single bag that you get is great and won't have heavy metals. The nutrition products are plant-powered with standardized extracts formulated with non-GMO ingredients. You guys, that's another huge thing.
We're talking about quality, guys.
Yeah,
We're
quality.
not. This is not the
It's
stuff that you get at Costco.
Nope.
So in the old days when I used to eat meat, for example, I started reducing it, and I was like, oh no, you know, you can taste the difference between organic. You can taste the difference between
Yes,
something farm raised.
absolutely.
You can taste the difference in the protein. It's a big difference when you're talking about. That's why if you are going to supplement, you know, if it's expensive, it's going in your body, guys. You know, it needs to be expensive to a degree.
Exactly.
Right.
And then we're also formulated without dairy, you guys, without soy, without nuts, without common allergens, or no artificial colors or flavors or sweeteners. Again, such huge factors when you are buying supplements, you guys. I love Arbonne. We talk about our not allowed list. So yes, it's important to know what goes in your products, but also what is not in your products. And we ban over 2,000 ingredients that are toxic ingredients that are harmful to you. We actually follow the EU standards, which is the European Union. They ban about 1,400, but Arbonne has gone above that. We call it our Arbonne Green Standard. So I tell people, honestly, if you can find cleaner products than us, like come talk to me. Otherwise, I have not seen it. So again,
And it's been very, very hard for me too, just to find that, you know. And a lot of them are very like in the outskirts, kind of like, you know, obscure, like guys trying to come up from the woodwork, but they don't have a network like you guys, and that's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
And to put that 2,000 ingredients into perspective, y'all, that's insane. The FDA only bans 30.
Correct.
Yeah.
30 known toxins and carcinogens.
And they
in
still don't
products.
promote they don't even promote a plant-based diet as
Exactly.
They're really behind we're probably maybe like 20 years behind the power curve here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know?
Yeah, so that's
Exactly.
huge, you know, and so I tell people watch where your products are being made, because then again, the safety standards are just completely different. So now we're going to jump into skincare. I don't have the actual set in front of me, you guys. We have honestly a ton of lines with Arbonne, but I'm going to particularly talk about one line, which is our anti-aging line, because let's face it, we're all looking for anti-aging.
Exactly.
We want to look better, feel better, right? And that's the whole thing, inside and out, feeling better. And so again, many lines, if you have sensitive skin, if you have acne prone skin, men's skin is different from women's skin, so that's
Exactly.
different than even for your babies. We have kids' skin. line. So it's just everywhere. So let's jump to the anti-aging skincare line. It's my favorite. That's where I started, and that's still what I use now. And what do they say contributes to healthy looking, unaged skin? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Radiance, firmness, hydration, reduction in the appearance of dark spots, you guys, smoothness, and the reduction of the looks of fine lines and wrinkles. Again, let's face it, we all want to look better. So again, we might have a ton of lines, but we'll go through the RE9. And it might sound like there's a lot of steps, you guys. I have 3 kids. I have almost 9-year-old and almost 8-year-old and a 4-year-old. And every single day, I do not miss my skincare, you guys, because I see the results. I promise you this will take you less than 2 minutes once it's done. You can even do most of, wash your skin in the shower, come out, do the rest of the steps.
Hey
It's
guys,
awesome.
men too, guys, routine's important. Grooming's important. I actually read some data saying that we are not as what is it called? What I would consider to be as skilled in the sense of grooming as Europeans and everybody else in the other world. People think we have a bad reputation with that. We are clean, but the thing about it is when it comes to technically, especially if you have a beard and all that other stuff, that's become a lot more popular.
Yes.
I actually joke because a lot of guys wearing beards, and you get the combs and the oils. And all
my
that kinds of
husband
stuff
has
like
it all.
that.
All of
Yeah,
it.
I'm hoping soon that you guys will get like a razor line. That would be really awesome.
There you
That
go.
would be
Who
awesome.
knows, maybe I'll have to talk to them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just telling you guys, it's awesome, and we have something for everyone. So again, with the RE9 line, we start with a daily facial cleanser. You do that in the morning and the night. Again, it's just removing, and I love this, you guys. It removes basic.
And I'll be
makeup.
posting a lot of these pictures and some
Yeah.
stuff in the page. So don't worry if you don't see it. Okay, so we'll get to it eventually.
Yeah, and so it's awesome to clean your skin. Another thing about all Arbonne skincare products, they are all pH correct, and that's huge.
That's
so
a big
lot of
thing,
people don't understand that aging well has a lot to do with
Mhm.
pH. So when it's all wrong, and you can actually buy a pH pen and
Mhm.
check like skincare products, and they're all wrong, Arbonne's is all correct, which I love. So first start with a cleanser. The next thing is toner. Our toner comes in a spray form. I love it. Again, this corrects your pH, and people are like, wait, but you just said your pH correct. You guys, even after you wash your face with our perfectly pH cleanser, if you even like touch your skin or you put water gets splashed in, the pH changes again.
Yeah.
And you notice that. Have you ever washed your face and felt like dry?
Yes.
It's because the pH is off when you spray our toner, because it's not alcohol based, it's witch hazel.
And that's a big thing too. Even for men, guys, the alcohol ruins the skin.
Yeah.
Yep.
And this one I love because you spray it and you actually feel like, wow, my skin feels like plump and soft and really, really nice. So that's second step. The next step is intensive renewal serum. Again, everything goes a long way. One tiny pump, and you'll just put that all over your face. This is what we call the vitamin cocktail for your skin. It just basically slows down your aging because it actually speeds up like the good young skin cells, and so it regenerates better skin cells. And that's, I think they say by the time we're 40, it takes 45 days to regenerate new skin.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Versus a teenager about like 15 days. That's why their skin is nice and plump. The next thing is corrective eye cream, you guys. Again, I'm slapping this on in like matter of seconds. Put it under your eyes, over your eyes. Everything droops, and people don't understand, why do I need to use eye cream, and why can't I just use one cream for everything else? You guys, the tissue around your eyes is the number
way
one
different.
place to age. It's actually like tissue paper, different from the skin in your face or your body. So you definitely need eye cream. It's probably my favorite product. The next thing is a day cream, and we've got lots of options. We have SPF, or people who are sensitive to SPF, you can get the SPF free. So it's up to you, but again, it's just a day cream that you'll basically put on your skin during the day, and it just protects it from the sun, you guys. I think the sun causes about 90% of damage to
It
us.
hurts a lot of people. Also, too, if you're not getting the right products, I've actually talked to people who have used the wrong product, and the sun actually affects them, and it makes it even worse.
Yes.
So, they're using the wrong
Absolutely.
product because that's supposed to be used technically at night. It's supposed to be used when they sleep or something of that nature. And then, or they're actually, what you said, their pH is off. And then that's why they're getting a reaction from it. And of course, they've been using it for 4 or 5 years now. And then I'll say, why do I have these spots? And, I guess I'm just aging. And then they go to the doctor and they say, well, no, you've been putting on this makeup or whatever you're using.
Correct.
And it's actually been hurting you in the long run.
Yeah, so a lot of high-end skincare products, now that Hansel brought that up, actually, especially the chemical-based one, because
Yes.
I know a lot of people who are actually like acne-prone, and they pay like thousands of dollars for their skincare set, you guys. But what is sad about that is when you put it on your skin, it cannot differentiate bad cells, like sluggish cells, from like the good cells, and it actually speeds up like the good cells, so then they end up being sluggish or age faster. So you age faster, like
You
you
age
said,
faster.
which is sad because it's chemically based, The very last thing that we do not miss is night repair cream. because during the night you won't be using SPF. It's just a very mild cream I love. And you put it on your skin, you guys, and nighttime is so important. I tell people, if you are going to do just a one-time deal, do it at night, because the nighttime when we sleep and our oxygen is going around, that's when like the repair starts.
That's healing time, guys.
It's healing
That's
time.
I always tell people, look, if you want to put on some more muscle and you're not getting bigger or anything of that nature, healing time happens when you rest, and that's technically sleeping time.
Exactly.
It is.
So they actually say that if you do not remove your makeup and cleanse your skin for one night, it ages your skin 7 days.
That's,
Oh, wow.
yeah,
One night, 7
Wow.
days.
Yeah, that's
Like,
pretty
I'm sorry, like I can't afford that.
Let's not do that.
That's pretty convicting.
It's,
That
it's
is.
you know, and so that's really it with skincare. Again, we've got tons of lines. This is kind of our flagship that we absolutely love, but let us know what your needs are. We can tailor them to you.
Mhm.
People sometimes pick and choose different things, and well, we're happy to
And then
help
you have
do
a
that.
mail on, of course. I saw that. That was actually was really impressed with it. I read the data on that.
Yeah.
And then you also have it looks like I know summer's coming, guys.
Yeah.
So you also have like a tanning
Yes.
system, right?
Yes.
And then
exactly.
explain that to me. I'm not sure if you.
So the tanning, the self tanner, it's
I know you guys do this. Everybody does
it's
it. No one wants to
awesome.
talk about it.
It's awesome. Again, like a lot of people will use it because you really staying out in the sun is, I love the sun, you
Yeah,
guys,
same
but we
here.
just know that it ages us, right?
Yes.
So we have, again, botanically based skin tanner that is not full of chemicals that all the women and
Mhm.
some men love to use.
Yeah,
So
exactly. And
it's
they
awesome.
do. Don't admit it. It happens. A lot of people like it.
Yeah. So, and that's pretty much it for the skincare. I'm going to turn it off to Meredith, who's going to do the whole fun thing about.
So explain
the
your
nutrition.
background, Meredith.
Yeah.
Yes, of
Oh,
course,
yeah.
of course. So my name is Meredith Huey. I got introduced to Arbonne about 2 years ago. Yes, coming up on 3 years. Wow, that's insane. By Mandy, and she introduced me to the nutrition line. Arbonne has this program called the 30 Days to Healthy Living, and that's kind of what I jumped in with. Within 30 days, I lost like 8 pounds.
I saw the pictures. They look great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. And that was the first time I did it. I
Yes.
now do this. This is, like I said, this is coming up on 3 years. And
Lifestyle.
I do it. I live at 80-20, and I do the full-blown detox like once or twice a
And
year.
what is 80-20 for our guests? What is 80-20?
So 80-20 is just living a healthy lifestyle and, eating good quality food, taking care of your skin, and doing everything 80% of the time. And then 20% of the time you can have pizza.
and
ice cream.
that's what I tell people. Like,
Yeah.
look, if you have a plan, you're trying to lose weight, you need to at least take a month. A month is good.
Exactly.
Because most people, what they do is, I'm going to hop on whatever system they think is appropriate, keto, whatever, right?
Yes.
And then what ends up happening is like the third day, they don't get past that third day. One, because their calories are going way too low.
Yes.
They're eating probably, I'm exaggerating, but maybe not, 4,000 calories, and all of a sudden you're on a plan where now you're eating 800 calories.
Yes.
And reality is not helping you out in any way or form.
Yeah.
So that's why you're failing. And then you have to get past the third day, and you have to get all the way to the 7th day so you can get that genetic change, and the body goes, okay, now I need to release fat because I need energy that's stored
Yes.
into my body. And that's when I saw the 30-day plan. What's beautiful about it is it's structured. That's
Yes.
another thing. You need
Yeah.
structure.
Yeah.
You need to pack your food, right? And it's a big issue for a lot of people. And if you're not packing your food, there's other tactics you can use.
Yeah.
Most people don't know how to cook, unfortunately, because my chicken and rice is getting awful, or my broccoli, or I'm just eating meat all day long, and
Yeah.
I'm getting bored.
Yeah.
What I like about this is that it does have a structure.
Exactly.
There's big structure.
And that's exactly one major piece that I love about it as well. So when you sign up to do the full 30 days, we also add you to a Facebook group, which has access to pretty much I think there's 8 to 10 different 4-week
Tons.
meal plans in there. There's some for the Mediterranean diet, there's some for keto, and there's some for vegans, and there's anything that you could want. It's
Mhm.
there. It not only has the meal plan, but it has the grocery list, the days you're supposed to eat what.
Mhm.
I mean, it has everything down to a T. The
It's a system.
recipes, everything, and it just makes it super, super simple.
Yeah.
I was just talking to somebody, and changing your lifestyle is very, very simple. It's not easy.
Mm.
It's simple.
It's simple.
It's straightforward, and Arbonne does an amazing job with making it simple and easy to follow. So with that, another thing that I'm obsessed with is it's not a fad diet. It's not something that you just do. It's not like a 30-day cleanse or detox or
Yeah.
whatever that has such a huge bad connotation nowadays. It's a lifestyle change. What it is supposed to do is it's a 30-day program that you eliminate all of the natural things in this world that you eat that cause inflammation. And this doesn't mean that you have like a lactose intolerance, or you don't have to be you don't have to have celiacs or whatever. You don't have to have specific intolerances. It doesn't matter. These things still cause inflammation.
Correct.
And those include, or not limited to, dairy, gluten, soy, wheat, coffee, alcohol, sugar, corn. Those are just the main ones. But luckily, we live in a day where there's a replacement for all of that, right?
Exactly.
Instead of dairy, choose almond milk or oat milk or coconut milk, hemp milk. There's so many different types of milk now. Cashew milk. Okay.
Exactly.
Instead of eating potatoes, eat sweet potatoes. They're packed with vitamins. Instead of eating peanut butter, eat almond butter. It's just super simple changes that help you decrease the amount of inflammation in your diet. So not only are you doing this, that's like number one, switch the foods you're eating to things that don't cause inflammation. Number two, heal your gut. This is where Arbonne is.
That's the biggest key right there.
Unreal.
Because you could be literally, you could be like, oh, I can handle milk, it's perfectly fine. And and some people in the population can. But then you get older, and maybe you can't anymore. Or you can't handle potatoes, or you can't handle wheat, or you can't. So this is what this is made for. This is helps you technically rebuild the microbiome.
Exactly. Rebuilding the microbiome. And that's what's huge, because you can do all these other fad diets, right? You could do Whole30, which is great. It's actually very similar to what we do. But if you do all of that and you don't heal your gut, then you're not even absorbing any of the good stuff that is in all those. And
guys,
foods.
If you want to be a better athlete, and that's anything where you're lifting weights or you have a sport, you need to heal. That's where like Vince Gironda, old bodybuilder back in the day, that's what he said. You have to heal the gut.
You got to heal the gut. You got to heal the gut, and that's what supplementing through our products does. So I'm just going to jump into these real quick. So when you do the whole nutrition line is. You get 2 bags of protein. So what's best about this protein is it obviously is vegan. It follows the same ingredient policy as the skincare and everything else that Arbonne has. One thing that I was really concerned about with a vegan style protein is it not being a complete protein. So there's there's simple and complex carbs, there's complete and incomplete proteins. We were taught a lot that most of the time you can only get complete proteins from meat. However, what Arbonne is, Arbonne's super smart. And so we actually take 3 different types of plant proteins and combine them in a way that it actually completes the full amino acid profile. And so you do have a complete protein.
And this is important in a supplement, okay?
Yes.
And mind you, if you are a plant-based eater, you're not going to get, a lot of it really people fail in plant-based is because if you want to try it, it's because you're not getting enough food. If you've been used to eating a lot of meat and then you're all of a sudden you switch over and then your meat intake is 20%, and then your carbs are high. What people are trying to do is they're trying to technically do the same thing and replace a high protein diet, and then that's why they fail. But that's why if you're doing a supplement, you need to have them attached like that. You need to have technically combined.
Exactly. So that's super awesome, and also, for you athletes and weightlifters and anyone active out there building. Yes, it is for anyone, but especially with the complete proteins build muscle. And so that's just super, I wanted to hit on that. So the idea, like I said, cleansing the gut, healing the gut, we want to replace at least 1 meal each day with a protein shake. Now this is not just dumping 2 scoops of protein in water and shaking it up and going about your day. You can do that, but it's not going to be a meal replacement.
No.
So what we do is we do 2 scoops of protein. We also have fiber, which we don't have here.
No.
But
it looks like this.
Sort of. It's like a smaller version of this. But it's fiber. You do a 1/4 scoop of fiber to start. Put that in your shake as well. And then probably one of my top 3, is my top 3 favorite products that Arbonne has is this Digestion Plus. So probiotics are
the big thing.
The big thing right now. Everyone should be on a probiotic.
How much kimchi and sauerkraut can you eat, guys? It's not going to happen,
Exactly.
right? It's not going to happen.
Exactly. And people trying to get their probiotics from yogurt, and I'm sitting here, I'm like, well, that's dairy, and it's full of sugar.
It's there, and most of it is full of sugar.
And so it's
because
not
I know you're not getting that plain stuff without the sugar in it. I know you're not.
It tastes awful.
Yes.
Yes. So, but the big problem that people are missing is they're going to X store, whatever, and picking up a probiotic from the refrigerated aisle,
Yep.
and the only thing that they are focused on is getting as many strains as possible.
Yep.
That is wonderful. However, the way that it's formulated makes it so you're spending $70 on this little tube or a little vial of whatever, 30 pills of probiotics, and all of them are going to die in your stomach acid.
Exactly, pretty much.
That is so sad. It's like you're wasting money, you're not getting the benefits, and it's sad.
Yeah.
So again, Arbonne being super smart, we take these live strains and they've actually encapsulated them in spores microscopically.
Yep.
And those spores protect the strains from your stomach acid, and so they are released into the small intestine, which is where they're needed to absorb all of the nutrients and rebuild your microbiome.
Correct.
Yes.
And trust me, I've used products like this before. There is a difference.
Exactly.
You do feel better once you're on it. There's some are really good, some are bad, and mind you, quality is a big thing as well.
Exactly.
But this is high class technology. I'm very impressed with it because
Exactly.
you don't see that in other products.
Exactly. And so again with that, right? So the probiotic, but it's called Digestion Plus for a reason. It's not just a probiotic. It's probiotics, like I said, capsuled in spores, and prebiotic fiber, which is like food for the probiotics, so that they multiply in your
Exactly.
Yes, they multiply in your gut, which is what you want to begin with.
You want it to grow in there, the good bacteria. Yes. This is why some of you guys can't process, beans and vegetables and stuff like that.
Exactly.
And then you're not getting those phytonutrients.
Exactly. And then the last thing it has in it also is 11 different digestive enzymes, which are essential to absorbing all the nutrients.
So to put in perspective, sometimes for a product like that, you'll probably be paying almost like $200 to $300 if you bought them all together just to get the same result.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
I mean that's just the reality of it, And then you probably wouldn't be doing it all in one shot. You probably be only doing it. Like I'm going to do it for 2 or 3 weeks and 2 or 3 weeks and 2 or 3 weeks, different products. Here in one shot, you can just, have it. And then I think it's like, it's 80%, like, I think the reduction in cost. I'm saving
exactly.
I'm literally saving 8% of my money.
Exactly. Exactly. And so for something so high quality, you can't beat it. So again, the shake, 2 scoops of protein, 1/4 scoop of fiber, and a Digestion Plus stick. Okay, it's in just like a little, you can take it anywhere. They're just in little sticks. Okay, it's a powder. You just put it in and blend it all up and call it good. I typically also, the way I make my shakes, and there's, again, this Facebook page has all these recipes.
There's different recipes.
But my go-to is berries, so frozen berries, strawberries, whatever, almond milk, exactly what I just told you here. So the 2 scoops of protein, 1/4 scoop of fiber, and a Digestion Plus. And sometimes I throw some spinach in there as well. And you could also throw in this greens balance, which I'm going to let Hansel jump in on this one because he's like obsessed with this.
Oh, I am. So I unfortunately, like people still think like they need to eat a lot of protein and they're absorbing it. In reality, you don't absorb that much protein. If you're an athlete, you're probably absorbing like a good 30 to 40%. And then, so I mean, I'm talking about like you're working out a lot or you're depleted a lot and stuff like that. The beauty about this is that I can reverse the role. So if someone wants to use protein as an energy source, they can. There's nothing wrong with it. Okay, but if you are eating a lot of protein, you need your greens. Greens are important, and I know for a fact a lot of people don't get their greens. They don't get those phytonutrients. They're not getting enough fiber and all these other things. And studies are coming out more that that's what you really need to get that. So if you are eating a lot of meat, you need that fiber in there. And so people don't want to. They don't like broccoli unless they put cheese on it. They don't like the vegetables unless they put some kind of sauce or something of that nature.
Or they cook it in butter.
Yeah, they cook it in butter and stuff like that. And and that's okay. Like she says, living. You want to live healthy. A good amount of the time, and then still enjoy yourself. But every day can't be a party because eventually you can't process that stuff, and it's starting to going to affect your your liver. It's going to affect your arteries and all these other things. And what I like about it is you can either go high protein, or you even the plant-based people need they can't get all their greens because, you know, they're telling you like, you know, if you look at some of these guys, the doctors, they'll go, oh, you know, eat a bunch of vegetables with different colors and all these other stuff to get them, eat the rainbow. And, you know, at the end of the day, I applaud you, but it's not really realistic because we're moving like this. Oh yeah, you're gonna spend like $20, like, you know, on that, you know, in the salad bar. But you're moving like this all day long. The last thing you're gonna think is like, what? I should have got those damn mushrooms. In my salad. You're not thinking about that, you know. So so you need volume and you need to supplement with greens, especially if you're a high protein eater. Okay.
Exactly. And what's specific about this greens powder is number one, again, non-GMO. Everything, all the fruits and vegetables that are used to make this are completely like toxin free. Everything is super, super, super clean and it's well harvested. And there's also 37 different fruits and vegetables in one scoop.
When was the last time someone had a pear? I asked that one. I was like,
we had it the other day.
We had it the other day. And to be honest, I haven't had a pear in a year. I was like, well, I haven't had a pear in a year. Let me have this pear. You know, but I've asked people, like some people are afraid of an apple. And I'm like, an apple's good for you. The sugar is not going to make you fat. You know what I'm saying? So we need to start learning nutrition a lot more effectively.
Exactly. So also with this nutrition plan, you got to cut out coffee, which I know is very hard, especially that's also.
I love coffee.
I literally, after doing this, I went from drinking 8 cups of coffee a day to 1 or 2 of these.
Yeah.
And what these are Energy Fizz sticks.
That sold me in a minute. I was like, oh my God, this works.
Yeah, exactly. 1, they're super, super tasty. 2, they only have 2 grams of sugar, which is insane.
And what kind of sugar is it?
It's stevia.
Okay.
And cane sugar. Okay. So it's naturally sweetened. We have them in 2 different flavors. There's pomegranate and citrus. Personally, I like the pomegranate the most. It's my favorite. But citrus is awesome. So what this is you've got your B vitamins. So you're packed with B vitamins, which provide energy.
If you're a vegan, you need B vitamins. That's what you need. But guess what, meat eaters? You too.
Yeah, everyone needs B.
Don't think you need those B vitamins.
We all need those B vitamins. So not only has it got your B vitamins, but it's also the caffeine is derived from the guarana plant.
Awesome.
And green tea.
Yeah,
so one of these sticks has actually a third of a cup of coffee's amount of caffeine.
Exactly.
But with coffee, as everyone knows, and I especially know too, you crash, man. Seriously,
super hard.
I'm like shaking halfway through. And I have never crashed, and it's focused energy.
And the mood swings, guys.
Focused energy. That's like the biggest thing.
Make some enemies.
And also the last thing, it has chromium, which balances your blood sugar.
Exactly.
So that's huge, huge, huge. One more thing I want to say about all of it as a whole. Everything, like Mandy was talking about pH, everything in Arbonne as a whole is meant to bring you into an alkaline state. Disease literally cannot thrive in alkalinity. And so, I mean, we have so many testimonies, like diseases, like cured diseases, not being sick, huge immunity system, like all these people who have autoimmune diseases, gone, like cancer, gone. It's just insane what these products can do. So that's just a little sidebar. But also we also, each day, we have the tea. So this is the herbal detox tea. It has milk thistle in it. And so this product and also the product that Hazel was talking about, the body cleanse, these 2 are meant to really support your liver and your kidneys. Your liver is like the garbage can of your body. It sorts through all this crap that we put in it. And
if you're tired, guys, you need this. If you're not
empty the trash can, you got to cleanse that liver.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's where, again, the word cleanse is such a bad connotation nowadays. But if you don't detox your liver, what were we talking about the other day with like the amount of heavy metals that you have in your system by the time you're like 50? It's just
causing problems.
So bad, so bad. And so that's the main product.
And most people don't detox the liver. They don't have an idea what the liver does.
Yeah,
they honestly just don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And especially, I mean, I love to drink. I know a lot of people love to drink.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like if that's your lifestyle, you need to detox the liver. It's important, And the beauty about it is it doesn't. It's almost effortlessly. I have another system in here that technically does it's a 5-day fast. It's not brutal, but some of the detox stuff out there is pretty brutal. We're talking about water fast sometimes. We're talking about 16-hour fast and all these other things. They sometimes they give diminishing return, unfortunately. And the reason why is because at the end of the day, you need to eat. Your body's telling you to eat. you know? So if you're trying to detox, if you stress your body too, because you can do those kind of things. You know, a lot of people don't tell you in the fitness industry. It's like a lot of these models and all these people that are in the fitness industry, a lot of them, what they do is they kind of hang out. You know, they have time to do these things because they're not stressed unless they own a business. But the reality is that their stress level is low. If you're not going to be that way. You're going to technically run, especially around here. Everybody's just moving. You know, the last thing you're probably going to do is probably hold on to that 16-hour fast for the third time in the month that you did it. And so this is, you can still eat, you can still function, you can still think, and then you can detox at the same time. So that's really important, and that's what you need to do.
Exactly. So like Meredith and Hansel was saying, that a lot of people get scared when you hear cleanse, you hear detox, because there's a lot of cleanses that are really harsh. And the thing about Arbonne I love is it's very mild. Like none of the tea, especially when you hear about tea and cleanses, people are like, am I going to be in the bathroom all day?
Correct.
Nope, you can work.
I can't do that, man.
You can go to work, you can travel. I mean, they're so travel friendly. And so again, everything Arbonne does is gentle, you know, and so just, you know, so you're not afraid when you hear these
Yeah,
words.
exactly.
And then the beauty about it is that one component that you talked about, milk thistle, you don't see that on regular teas, guys. I mean, that's a product in itself, and depending on what company you get, that could be another $50 to $60. You know, so in one product you're getting that combination. So you're definitely get your money's worth and respect. Same thing with this. This is another product that's probably going to cost you another $200 if you're going to put two things together, because there's more than just one thing in there.
Yes, is it lemon, ginger, aloe? Milk thistle.
Imagine hunting in the store for that every day, guys.
Oh gosh.
I mean, yeah, it's ridiculous.
Insane.
Yeah.
But this body cleanse is awesome. It's actually another one of my favorites. It's gentle enough to use every day.
Correct.
But when you do it with the whole package, you do it during week 3. It just kind of gives your body, like, you've already let go of all those initial toxins, and now this is just like a deeper cleanse for you.
Exactly.
And so just as a quick overview, I mean, you eliminate all those inflammatory foods and you replace 1 or 2 meals with a protein shake, exactly how I was talking about it earlier. You have at least 1 detox tea a day, and you have the energy fit sticks to replace your energy.
Exactly.
And then, like I said, the body cleanse during week 3. And so what the main kind of tie together for me here that really, really, really made a huge difference, again, not a fad. What this does is it heals,
lifestyle, guys.
It heals your gut, but what it does, I mean, it teaches you how to fuel your body correctly. And then when you're eliminating all these things, you can slowly introduce them after the 30 days and identify how that specific food affects
if you're fasting or whatever tactic you're using is not technically discussing what you're doing afterwards, then you're not doing it right. Because the healthy living happens after the fact. And then that's what you really need to do. And whatever system you pick doesn't really matter, but you're going to find out. I mean, I know for a fact when I cleanse and I come back, it's like, oh, I'm not going to eat that anymore because that's bothering me. And I thought it was good for me at first, even though it was plant-based, you know, but it's not, you know, just because my chemistry is not functioning properly. And it happens with everybody. So mind you that you are technically the variable. All right. So that's why I think dieting and all nutrition right now is very confusing, because the variable is the individual. You know, so this goes about it a lot differently. You know, we cleanse you, and then after that we get you out, and then okay, I'm not going to have that, or I'm not going to have those peanuts, or am I going to maybe that apple is bothering me. And mind you, that apple is probably bothering you because it probably has toxins in it. Okay. So and that's another thing we got to be mindful.
Absolutely.
So I guess that's me closing.
All
right. So unless you guys have questions, basically you're like, okay, all this sounds awesome, you guys. Like, how do I get my hands on this? What do I do? What are the options, you guys? I'm going to give you a couple options. So really, so if you were to want this whole kit, and you're like, I want the 30-day, I want to like jump on and do it.
And I'm going to do actually when I do the system again, I'm going to actually like film it all, and so you guys will get to see me.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm just going to document it and just do the whole thing.
It'll be awesome, because it's such an awesome journey, right? So if you want the kit, you guys, so this technically retails at over $400. You're like, oh my gosh, Mandy, what are you talking about?
What's wrong with you?
So that's what it retails at, you guys. But Arbonne, again, is super smart. They're always trying to give you the best bang for your buck. Like, that's what I love about Arbonne. That's why we just became a B corporation. We're really ethical. We really want to take care of our community, you guys. So the best way to shop Arbonne, I tell people, like literally 99% of my clients shop as what we call preferred clients.
Exactly.
And what is a preferred client? For a one-time fee of $29, it's like a It's like a Costco membership, you guys.
One time.
And there's absolutely no commitments. Other companies have commitments where, you know, you've got to do auto ship every month. You've got to put your credit card.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. With Arbonne, you buy when you want to, how much you want to, or never again. So that's all up to you.
Yep.
And so when you become a preferred client, for one-time fee of $29, you get this whole kit at 40% off, you guys.
40% off. That's
Awesome. I think by the time it's like $260, $640. And then you get shipping free, and then you get a free product that's usually worth anywhere from $60 to $100. So it's just, I mean, it's awesome,
It's a
you
great
guys.
deal.
There's just lots of perks, and then you can earn more free gifts down the road.
Yeah.
So it's the
Now,
best
now
way
I
to
know you
shop.
guys think it's like a 4 is that's all expensive if you went and bought it out yourself, and then with 40% off, that's actually a really good deal. But let's say you went out there and bought it on your own, you didn't become a preferred client. You're actually, in reality, this product is actually a lot more expensive than that. And
Yes.
not because they're charging.
Correct.
If you actually went out and tried to, I'm going to piece this together.
Yes.
This is a system being put together by, technically by science. It's rigged in a certain way specifically for that. You're going to be spending another like $300 to $400 trying to figure out like how does the system work.
Exactly.
There's a lot of what's it called research that's gone into this.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
you're buying something because you don't have time to waste.
Exactly.
Right? That's the whole point.
And you guys, we've actually like narrowed it down. We've done the math for you. If you're just like, wait, that seems like a lot of money. I tell people it's an investment up front,
Yeah, it is.
but you're actually gonna stop eating out. You stop buying coffee.
Yep.
You guys, we've priced it out for that price for a whole
The
month.
fizz alone is like $1.50.
That's crazy.
I mean, it's been a long time since I've bought like sweet
Mhm.
coffees and stuff like that. But I
Yeah.
know you guys are spending almost like $10 for
Yeah.
coffee.
Yeah.
So don't tell me you can't.
Exactly.
Don't tell me you can't have a fizz. I mean, the powders that people are taking in right now, sometimes the horrible quality, and you're spending like in the whole month, you're spending maybe like $100 to $200
Yeah.
because you're just going through it. But is it really working?
Exactly.
You haven't really
Yeah.
gotten big. I know you haven't.
I mean, again, each meal breaks down to $5 a day.
It's
That's
$5 a day.
insane.
Yeah.
Like, where can you get
you can't
a
eat
healthy
out.
meal?
Yeah.
Not just your meal, right? Because you have your meal replacement, you have your tea, and then you have your fizz sticks. So that's really like your meal plus your coffee plus your digestion plus your
Yeah, your
probiotics.
Let's put it in perspective.
$5.
When you go to Target and you get one of those little salad bowls, okay,
Yeah.
about the size, maybe you're probably getting like 6 ounces. It's costing you almost $13.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
And you still haven't had your probiotic. You still haven't
Yeah.
gotten like your drink.
Mhm.
Then you still haven't gotten your tea, and you still haven't done your body cleanse.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
literally, this is nothing. It's an investment upfront. But most people who do this actually find that they're saving money throughout.
Yeah,
That's
you do
exactly
save
what I
money.
did.
It's
That's
amazing.
exactly what I did.
It's amazing. you
It
know?
is.
So
It is.
again, that's that if you want the whole kit. Now, if you're like really intimidated and you're like, okay, all this sounds good, but I'm a little nervous about the 30-day,
Mhm.
you guys DM us, DM him.
Yeah.
So
If you're a customer here, we're going to do it
options.
together. So
There's
if you want to
options.
we're going to do it together like I did with the other products. We do it together. And that way you have a system. We kind of have like a party, like, oh, we're going to do a 30-day, a 30-day healthy living. And it's a party in a sense. And then we can, come back and like exchange like, hey, I'm getting this result and this result.
Mhm.
And so that's, you want to do it as a unit. That's actually the better course of action.
yeah.
Exactly.
So again, there's lots of options, and you're just like, maybe you just want to start with replacing a meal a day.
Exactly.
Maybe like replacing a coffee. We've got lots of options, so it doesn't always have to be this. We definitely
Especially
recommend
those
this.
people that don't like eating breakfast.
Yes.
There you go. A little
Easy
bit of
peasy,
almond, a
best
little bit of
thing.
almond milk with a shake, either half of the protein or high protein, doesn't matter. And then you can roll out of the house as fast as possible. And
Yeah.
you can and then in the afternoon you can technically have your biggest meal with your family. So
Exactly.
any way you want to work it, it's there
It
for you to
works,
do so. And of course you have those resources.
Yeah.
To cook and all these other things. So
Yeah.
you're actually gaining a lot more value out of this.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's pretty much it, you guys.
Cool.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
No, I mean, I think we hit it all, and I'm going to invite these lovely ladies back for the cosmetic line and
Yeah.
especially the male cosmetic line and all that other stuff. Thanks again, everyone, for showing up. And I'm going to be putting this also too. Just leave it on Facebook and what's called YouTube and Instagram and
All the things.
yeah, all the things, right? And then eventually we're also going to do a couple of other couple more presentations. So you haven't missed out. And if you guys want to contact us, of course, Crowbar Gym.
Yes.
Crowbar Gym. You got that. I'm going to leave some comments at the bottom. Your business itself, your physical therapy business is.
Yeah, Missing Link
Missing
Physical
links,
Therapy.
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you can say, go ahead, give them your tag there if you want.
Oh, you're so
Yeah.
cute. So Meredith didn't even tell you, but she's one of our amazing physical
She's
therapists,
amazing,
you
yes.
guys. And so Missing Link Physical Therapy, we're just like a great partner.
Mhm.
We basically specialize in people who have lost hope with their condition. How
Yes.
many people have just gone, surgery after surgery, just different modalities, and you've invested so much money, and you really don't feel
Yeah,
better.
so if I get you, and I honestly believe that if you are not really fit to be working out with ARX, I'm not a physical therapist at the end of the day. I'm going to send them, to you
Yeah.
guys, because that's important. You got to start. Sometimes you got to start with training wheels, and and these guys are the experts for that. And if you want to get strong, and then you still have some injuries, I can save you with the ARX machines in that respect, because I can get you very strong, and I've gotten good results on. So we're doing some synergisticness right here.
Yes,
Absolutely.
exactly.
Good. And
Very
then I'll put
holistic.
exactly. And I'll put down all their information if you want to contact them and
Thank
stuff
you.
like
That's
that.
awesome.
Okay. Cool.
Thank you.
All right. Take care,
Thanks,
guys.
guys.
And we're gonna
Have
go
a great
offline
night.
here.
Thank you.
And broadcast.